In our last session we understood about selection screen, right? So all of you completed assignment on selection screen. Okay, so let's start with report. Okay, so what is report now, or what are the uses of reports? Okay, so reports will have reports usually will have read only access to database. Okay, it doesn't mean that you cannot edit the data using report. You can do anything, but the main purpose of developing reports is read only access. So means whatever the data that is been stored in the database, we have to bring that to the application layer and maybe combine or apply some business logic on it, and then we display it to the user. That's the main purpose of reports. Okay, so either reports can be displayed in a tabular format or in an hierarchical format. So maybe let me just explain it to you. What happened? Okay, so this is what you basically do. You bring the data from the tables, okay, and you apply some logic here in the application layer, and then you will display that in the presentation layer, okay, as a report. All the data that you have bought will be displaying that to the presentation layer. So that is what the use of reports, right? So whatever the data that is been stored in the database, that you will be bringing by using select statement, and you will write some logic here. You will do some calculations or other things, and then you will present it to the presentation layer. So this is what report. Okay, it mostly in 80-85% of the cases you will only have read-only access. Okay, you will not do any modification and all. Maybe another 15% of the coding will also modify the table data. Okay, so that's how you will also develop. Okay, but typically they will have read-only access to the database. Okay, so reports can only display the data in tabular format. Okay, it can only display the data in tabular format. Okay, or in hierarchical format. There is no other option to display. If you want to control more how the data should be displayed, in that case you have to use forms. Okay, reports can only display in the form of tabular or in the form of hierarchical format. That means a tabular means in the table format, okay, in rows and columns. Okay, hierarchical is nothing but like tree kind of thing. Okay, and for an example, what kind of reports that we can develop? Maybe sales order report, purchase order report, and maybe you can also develop delivery report, right? Stock report to see the stocks, okay, etc. You can develop different reports. All depends on the customer. So now what are the types of reports that we have? what are the types of reports we have? Classical report, then we have classical interactive report, then ALV report. Okay, so classical report, classical interactive report, and ALV report. Okay, today and tomorrow we will understand about classical report. Okay, so classical report have one list screen. Okay, the report will be displayed using write statement. Okay, so the report will be displayed using write statement. It will have only one interactive screen. Okay, it will be displayed using the write statement. Okay, so how many of you completed this assignment? How many of you completed this? No one? Nobody completed this assignment?
Similar to this I tried for PM tables, Rajneesh, in office.
Okay, that's fine. PM tables, right? Yeah, that's okay if you have tried some with different tables, but at least if anybody completed this.
I have not used MAT now, but I have used purchase order number.
Why you have not used MATNR?
So that time I did not saw the PPT.
Okay, fine. What about others?
Even I have completed with my FI table, Rajneesh, not with the purchase order table.
Okay.
I use the BKP FMB sector.
Okay, fine. Yeah, so let's start. This is the report that we will be developing. You will get functional specification like this. Okay, functional specification is nothing but it will have the details, what customer is expecting, what kind of programs, which tables to be used, right? All these details will exist. Okay, this will be developed or created by functional consultant. They will discuss with the end users regarding their requirement, and they will develop some document, and then they will give it to us. Okay, so we have to develop any program as per the functional spec. Okay, so you see this some FS number they are giving. Functional spec -mm means material management, PO purchase order, and some number. Okay, so this depends on company to company. This is not same. I'm just taking some name. Okay, this might differ from company to company, and who developed these specs, their name, or who written the specs means functional specs, their name they will be providing here. And what is the description of this? Okay, we are developing purchase order report and version, like if this functional specification is developed initially or if it is being changed frequently, means they'll be updating the versions of the spec, and on which date it is been created, and the program that you are creating, right, or the object name, what should be the name of that object. Okay, that is also provided here. And the business requirement is business wants to have purchase order report where they want to see what is the total amount we paid to vendor in some period. Okay, so what is the total amount that they have paid to some vendor? That means they want to see how much business they are giving to vendor, right, which vendor is supplying more product or something like that. So, and the requirements are like input vendor, it should be range, and it should be mandatory. Vendor and also the date range should be mandatory. Report should display subtotal and total against the vendor. They want classical report, and also input validation is required. That means what if the field selection screen field that they enter, they want to validation. If user enters any wrong data, then system should throw an error message saying that the user has entered the wrong information, or he input the wrong information, something like that. Okay, and this is the selection screen design where they want to have vendor number. It should be multiple selection and also range. Creation date, multiple selection, range, and also mandatory. Purchase order, multiple selection. Maybe I think only vendor number is not mandatory, only the date range is mandatory. Sorry. Then company purchase order number should be multiple selection but not range. Company code is a single field like parameter. Plant, it should be multiple selection. Currency also single. Okay, and this is a no input, and also it should be defaulted to INR. That means every time the program executing, every time they execute the program, the currency must be converted to INR, and they should, user should not be able to edit this field. Okay, the field should be disabled in the screen, and this field should be defaulted to minus 10 years to the current date. Okay, always it should be defaulted to minus 10 years to current date, and user should be able to edit, but this one user should not be able to edit. Okay, so and logical flow is something like this. Purchase order header details will get from EKKO table. That means we need to pass the selection screen fields to the table EKKO, and we all this information to the EKKO, okay, from the selection screen, and we will be getting this information from the purchase order header table. And from the purchase order header table we need to pass the vendor number, that is Lifner, to LFA1 table, and then we need to select the name and city of the vendor, and we need to pass the company code from the purchase order header to the T001 table, and we need to get the company code text, and purchase organization text we need to pass T024E, and we need to fetch the EKOTX. Okay, so purchase order item details, here we need to pass the purchase order header data from EKKO table, and we need to fetch the purchase order item details. Okay, so after that, to get the plan details, we need to pass the plan from the EKKO table to the T001W, and we have to get the name one. Okay, that means plant name, and we need to pass the material from the purchase order item table to MAKT, and we should get the description of the material. Okay, so based on vendor, it should also display the subtotal and also the grand total for the NETWR value based on the vendor. Okay, and they also have provided an sample Excel sheet here to show how the report should be, how you should create a report. Okay, how it should look like. Okay, I'll just open the Excel file so that I can show you. Okay, so now you see this is how the report should be displayed. All the vendors should come like this, and at the end there should be also in text saying it's a new vendor again. This is like test one new vendor, and if you see scroll to the right, so they also need subtotals like this for each vendor, and also the total at the end. All the currency should be displayed in INR. Understood what they need?
Yes.
I think Srinivas and Venkatesh, it will be easy for them to understand because they are functional consultants, because they will be creating same specs for their modules, right, Venkatesh? And
Yeah, Rajneesh, yes.
right? Where is Srinivas?
He has just now left. I think he'll join again.
Okay, so it will be easy for them. Others, if you having issues in understanding the specs, let me know. Okay, so let's come back and we will develop that program now. Let's log into the server. It's working today. Okay, you see here they are saying that the program name should be like this, ZMMR Z. They also want to follow naming conventions for the program. Anyways, any program that we create, right? So means as a customer of SAP, either we should start with Z or Y, that we are aware. So they also want to provide this program belongs to which module. Either it belongs to module or ST module or FI, right? Or PM module. Which module it belongs to. Whether it is a report or it is a update program or it is an interface program or it is a conversion, right? So E, that is R means report, right? So C means maybe it is a conversion program, or I means it might be an interface program. So PO, that means purchase order simple and some number at the end. Okay, so we'll use the same name to create the program. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to use SC38 from now onwards. We'll use SC80. Okay, so SC80 is a ABAP developer workbench. That means you'll have so many options in SC80. Okay, so if I select the package that we have created, Z ABAP B20 is the package that we have created. You should be able to see all the objects that we have created. So for all the database tables, views, you see I've grouped all of them. I can see all of them at once. Even from SC80 you can do everything. That's why we call it as a ABAP workbench. You see, if I right click on this, create, you can create package from here. You can create program, function group, dictionary object. See, all the dictionary objects you can create, class libraries, everything you can do from SC80. Okay, so that's why it is an ABAP workbench. Okay, you don't need to use any other transaction code if you are using SC80. Okay, so we will understand how it can be used from today onwards, right? So it is very important for us also. So you can also download the development tools from here. We just click here, or it is actually taking to HANA system. Okay, don't worry then, don't have to worry about HANA tools, saying that Eclipse platform and all. That's when HANA comes into picture. Okay, don't worry about development tools now, so don't have to worry for ABAP. So now here what I want to do, I want to create a program. Either you right click here and say create program like this. Otherwise you can also select here, instead of package, I want to create a program. Just select the program and provide the program name here. Okay, so I'll also provide 0 instead of 001. We will just use B20. Okay, so we will use this naming instead of some number, other number. I'll just use this one. So I click enter. After providing this, click enter, and you see it is saying that ZMMRPO B20 does not exist. Do you want to create the object? Yes, I want to create. So along with this, do you need the top include? Okay, what is top include? We will see, but it is nothing but include program. You know, right? What is include program? Include program is a non-executable program, if you remember. Correct, but that can be called in other programs. So it is also telling me that do you want to create an include program? Yes, I want to create, because we will modularize our code properly. We will not write everything in one code. Okay, so I'll say underscore top. Okay, that name can be anything, but SAP is taking like some top O01 I01 like that. I'll tell you what is that. Execute And now it is not a modelable program, we are creating an executable program. Okay, so this is a executable program. Select since we move it to the production environment after developing the program, select customer production program. Okay, so after that click on save. It will ask you for the package, just provide the package here, and also it will ask for the transport request. So I just go and select this transport request that we are using from the beginning and then execute. Okay, so you see program is been created. I double click here. This is the main program name. When I double click, or if you also see, already one include got created. You see, you can also expand this. One include, top include got already created. Okay, what is the use of that, we will see. And we also need some more include programs if you want, like this include programs. I'll uncomment them. It is not created. Either you can go take this and go to /OSC38 and create this include program. You know that this way you can also create an include program. Let's say PBO modules, I'll just say. Okay, save. Saying that what type of program I want to say, include program. Save. And also in the transport request, right? So this is one way to create include program. You know it already, we have seen. Okay, you can also double click from here. Now you see, if you double click, it is taking you to the include program. You see include program top, and also just now I created another include program 001 here. See, so that is one way to create include program. Another way is that just double click here. It will say it is not exist. Do you want to create? Yes, say yes. And after that you see, just save. It will ask for transport request and also the package. So just provide those details and it will be created. Okay, so this is simple way. You don't need to go to AC38. Just double click on that, uncomment, and double click on that, and you should be able to create. I will activate. You see, if you see all of them or any of them in the blue color, that means they are inactive. You see, these include programs are inactive. So first, how to activate all of them at once? So select the main program here, right click on this and say activate. Otherwise select the main program, click on the activate button. Okay, so but you see, it is only activating the main program. It is not activating the include program. So to activate all of them, right click here and say activate. Okay, so now you see all these include programs are selected, and click enter. It will activate all of them. Now all of them turned into black. That means all of them are in active status. Anybody, any doubts so far? Till now, anybody, any doubts? Creating include program.
Yeah, we are good.
Okay, fine. So now the first thing, what is the use of top include now? There are 4 include created because modularization, you can give any name. It is not like you should use top O01, I01, F01. Okay, but SAP suggests to use in this way because that's a good practice. Top means all the, here we do all declarations like your structure declaration, your data declarations, your selection screen. All the declarative statements are written here. It is a global data. Whatever you declare inside this include, that will be available throughout the system. It doesn't mean that If you declare here, it is not available. Even if you declare here, that will also be available. Okay, so PBO, that means process before output. That's what PBO, right? So process before output, that means before displaying the selection screen, whatever the logic that you want to handle, you can keep those logics or code inside this include. I01, okay, process after input. After displaying the selection screen, you may want to do validation and all, right? So those kind of things can be kept here. Okay, so whatever you declare or whatever the subroutines that you create in a main program here, for that subroutine you can have form and inform statement inside F01. Understood? Okay, O01, before displaying selection screen, if you want to write any logic, all those you can keep under O01. After displaying selection screen, any logic you want to keep, you can keep under I01, and F01 for the subroutines. You can keep all the subroutines under F01. Understood? Anyways, you will know, since we develop now, you will know. Okay. Okay, so now, right, so let's start. Before selection screen, we will do declaration. So what they are saying here, if you go to EKKO table, this is purchase order header table. If you go here, purchase document header, so there are almost 234 fields, right? Almost 230 fields, right guys? They don't need all the fields. You see, they only need few fields from EKKO. So what should be the declaration? So type, if I declare data type EKKO, that means it will have all the fields from the EKKO, right? It will allocate so much of memory, but we don't need to bring all of them. We are only interested in few columns of it. So what we should do first? Who will tell me?
We have to create a structure or a table type.
Very good,
With
right?
the only required fields.
Correct. So either we have to create a structure or the table type to declare internal table, right? So how do we create structure? Click on the pattern button the simple way and select with fields, and here we have to provide the table name saying EKKO. So then you have to select the fields that you want to. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just close this screen and keep side by side so that it will be easy for me, right? And also I turn off the screen. How do I turn off the screen? Here there should be an full screen on or off. I'll just switch on the full screen. Okay, it looks like SC38, nothing else. Okay, it is like SC38 only. It is not like, since it is SC80, you don't have to write new code. Whatever we have learned so far, it is the same. Okay, so you can switch to SC80 mode also from SC38, or from SC80 to SC38 also. Okay, it is not a very complicated thing anyways. So I'll just scroll this to the right so that we can see everything. Okay, so now what they're saying here, we need to create a structure. So more, and here the pattern, and after that here provide the table and select the columns that you need. Okay, so this one is too big. That's fine. I'll just keep it somewhere like this. So they need EBLN, the purchase order number, they need the EKGRP, the purchase group. So let's select, hold control and select the columns if you see this kind of screen. EBLN and even BUKRS also they need LAFNR, AEDAT, EBLN, BUKRS. Let's say BSTYP we don't have here. Scroll down, we need AEDAT, we need LIFNR, EKORG, EKGRP, see EKGRP and EKORG, WAERS, I think that's all right. And LAFNR we missed. Where is LAFNR? Yeah, it is selected already. Yeah, that's all from this table, and click on this button, so it will create. And one more thing guys, if I go and see the selection screen design, selection screen includes EKPO fields as well as EKKO fields, right? So instead of writing two select statement, it is good to write one select statement using join. Okay, so for that reason, if I have to write one select statement on two tables, both fields EKKO and also the EKKO fields, EKPO field should be there in one structure. So let's also add EKPO fields here. So I click on the more and I say pattern, and after that here with fields EKPO. Okay, and then again let's select the fields from EKPO table. So we need EBLP because EBLN already selected from the EKPO table. The item number we select, and the material number we will select, and the company code from this table, and storage location, and material group, unit of purchase order quantity, unit of measure, and the net price, NETPR. Okay, so these are the fields that we need from EKPO table. So just go
Plant code also. Plant code.
yes, plant also we need, right? Where is the plant field? Here, plant. Okay, so these are the fields we need from the EKPO table. So I'll just delete this line and also the last line. Okay, you can give it as EKKO only. If you are not okay with the name, you can also say EKKO and PO, something like this, TS EKKO PO, right? So some shorter name. If you want to give something like this, you can also do. Understood? Otherwise, any name that you know that even you put your name here, it will work, right? So just to follow the better naming convention, maybe EKK or something like this. Also you can name it, any name you can give. Otherwise, if you are not okay with this, purchase, TS underscore purchase, something like this you can also keep. Understood? TS means
How to select that word, Rajneesh? Like,
sorry,
you have changed the name, right?
this one.
Yeah, how to select that?
Just hold control like this, otherwise just put cursor here and backspace and write.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like normal edit. If you want to select all of it at once, like this word completely at once, hold control and click, mouse left click. Okay, so one structure that we created now. So let's create another structure to get the vendor data. Okay, you can also join vendor here itself if you want to. Here only you can add it and write that also in another select statement. Let me do it uh, because I have shown you how to have how to join two tables, right? I have not shown three tables, how to do three tables joining. So maybe left outer join, how we can combine inner and also left outer join. I want to show you. For that I'll also go to this table and join this. Sorry, not pretty printer. I should select the pattern. You can also write separate select statement for LFA1 if you wish to. Okay, but just want to make one complicated select statement so that I just want to show you it is also possible. So from here I need the name one, sorry, so from here I need the LIFNR. I don't need LIFNR because it is already there in EKKO, and I just need the name of the vendor and also the city of the vendor, name one and city of the vendor, right? So I just select this and here only I'll add. Okay, like this, three tables can be written at once. Okay, so maximum uh, three tables if you are working in ECC. If you are using HANA, that means if you are connected to a HANA database, in that case you can write up to 99 joins. Okay, but if you are connected to ECC, then 3 should be the maximum. Okay, otherwise if you are using more than 3, it will start creating performance issues. So let's end it for 3. By you will know how to add some more if you want to, same way like we do for 3, same way you can do for others also, no difference there. So this is also, we have here purchase order information. Let's also provide some meaningful description. If any other developer see your code, they should also be able to understand, right? So let's say here purchase order and vendor information structure. This is for purchase order and also for vendor information structure, so for vendor details also, right? I just save and next we will have a structure for the T001 table. And how do you do it? Just go to the pattern and select here, provide the table T001. From the T001 you need company code and also the text of the company code, and here instead of data you have to use types because you don't need to allocate any memory for that. Okay, so then after that let's go back and let's have a structure for the T024E table. Go to pattern and here again T024E. From here you need the purchase org and also the purchase org text T024E. And I just say pretty printer, save. And purchase order item already we had, right? And to get the plant information, pattern T001W, only plant and plant name that they needed. and also the material description from the material description table. Or you want me to keep that also here only? Do you want me to add this also here in the select statement for table joining? Shall I do it? It will become little complicated then. Just to show you that this kind of select statements also can be written instead of making it too easy for you. Shall we do that here only?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so here that means I only need maktx type makd table hyphen maktx. Okay, so two tables, this LFA1 table will be joined using EKKO, and maktx will come from EKPO by passing the matnr from EKPO, right? So let's add that here only so that we can make little complicated one. So now we have this one also, this is included already, and T04 to 4 is done. Okay, T001 is also done. LFA1 anyways be included here, right? Let's say pretty printer. I also save it. So if you remember, we also had discussed about some coding standards in our initial classes. When we started the basic programming, right? So that time we did discuss. So if it is a global variable, then GV if it is a local variable, LV if it is a local internal table, LT if it is a global internal table, GT, right guys? Work area WA, type structure means TS, type table type is TT. Right, so I need to declare some global internal tables because I want to use them in multiple subroutines. So how do I declare the global internal table? Naming convention, let's start with GT, and maybe purchase. I'll just provide the name. Type sorted table of, I want to sort this data based on the EBLN. Okay, and also EBLP. Sorry, it is of type structure first of all, and with I'll just say it is a non-unique key based on EBLN. Just sort it on EBLN if you want to. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. And let's have another global table GT underscore T001. So type sorted table of, because I want my data to be sorted already. Okay, the time I don't want to write an additional sort statement here. So with unique key here, that is BUKRS. How many of you remember sorted internal table descriptions that I taught you in our basic programming? This is a syntax to declare sorted internal tables, right? So TS underscore T024E with again unique key EKORG. Based on the key fields that you are providing here, the data will be sorted already for you, right? So maybe if you want to include one more EBELP from another table, let's also have that. So GT underscore T001W type sorted table of TS underscore you are familiar with this syntax, right guys, all of you? here let's provide and purchase order, vendor, and also material. So this one is for company code, this is for the purchase organization, and this one is for the plant, and this is for internal table and work area declaration. I'll just save. Anybody any doubts till now? Any doubts till now? Let's also declare work area. I'll just copy this code. And this will be our work area. This is the syntax to declare work area, right? Are we clear so far? Anybody any doubts till now? Hello?
While defining this global table, this sorted table, this is okay, but this you have used like non-unique key for first one and unique key for other three. Like,
Yes, because we are not only using EKKO and EKPO here, we are also using LFA1 and also material description, right? If we,
so in those
if
tables,
we
the
provide
field is
the
not.
key field of all the 4 tables, then the data might become unique. But
Means the particular field what we are saying should be available in all the tables.
no, what I'm saying, if I also say LFNR, SPRAS, then it may become unique, right? Combination of this. If you consider
table.
MAKTX table can have multiple entries based on the language key. Do you agree?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
One material can have multiple descriptions in the language table. It is not unique. That means EKPO will not bring unique entry until unless we pass language key field, or until
Okay.
unless we
Then like
declare.
material number and language key, that combination will give a unique.
No. Language key will make unique. Material number is not required because we have already item number here, right?
Okay.
Item number, if we have item number, that means for each item we will have one material. But maybe multiple purchase orders can have same material used.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Still you can make it unique because since you are using EBLN and EBLP, so this is the main, and the LFA1 table only having LFNR, that means you can make it unique. It's fine. That's how you have to think. Understood? That means the data that you are bringing from the database to the application layer, is it unique or not? By thinking that, you have to say it is unique or non-unique data. And you say unique, and if you are bringing non-unique data, then there's a chance that it will go for dump.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so safety purpose, non-unique is best. If you are sure that your data will be unique, in that case you can use unique table. Understood? Are we clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, good. That's all guys for today then. We'll meet tomorrow and continue this development. Okay, or if you have another half an hour time, we can do at least some of the development. If you want me to continue till 8:30, I can.
No, we can continue tomorrow.
Yeah, fine. Okay, then see you.
Please upload all the videos.
Yeah, I'll upload. I was facing some issues. I don't know. I'm not able to pay. I'm not able to pay to the workspace from trying from almost last week Saturday. It's not allowing me. It's always saying error. So I need to do this payment on every month, but I don't know. This month I'm facing issue, and there is issue with the drive also, since I have not paid to the Google Workspace. Even morning I said that we'll connect 15 minutes late, right?